Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame, and this is the recap review for the newest season of Ready to Love. These singles are out of Washington, D.C., or some people call it the DMV, whatever. It is what it is. But this is what it's supposed to be about. On this season's premiere, this is surrounding a fresh batch of Washington, D.C. singles. What in the world? They got to see if Tommy is going to heed their advice to put themselves out there and mingle at a group mixer, and romance blossoms early for many of them right out of the gate. However, disconnections send two people home and anger a third. Yeah, I can't wait to get into that third part because I'm still conflicted on this person because I'm just like, I don't know. But anyway, let's get into this foolishness. Okay, y'all. So I refrain from saying anything about one of the men that we went over, pretty much everybody's names, their ages, and what they do for a living outside that one random person who is like the oldest man there. And for some reason, I guess he didn't feel the need to say, this is what I do for work and this is how tall I am or something, because he was the only oddball out that said, oh, I am this sign and this is my favorite quote. What? Well, that was so random. But anyway, Corey. The guy named Corey, y'all. I can't. So he kept going around to all of the ladies that he felt. I guess I don't think he did this to everybody, but for most of the ladies up in there, he kept pulling them one by one, trying to make it seem like he wanted to get to know them. But this is something that we found out early on in the first episode, which is that Corey is someone who has been online dating, which ain't nothing wrong with that. But the problem is he would go on hundreds of dates only to basically figure out that the first date was fine, but after that, it just goes downhill. It's like after the first date, it's just gonna be trash. And it's like, why are you expecting something from these dates, sir, when you legit said out of your own mouth that you have a whole script that you pretty much go by and you cut and paste it for each woman? Like, you just cut and pasting, and then y'all end up going on the dates. Like, in this process right now, this man has gone up to all these ladies and was like, yeah, so I just want to put you to the side because I just want to see if I can get your number and if we can go out on a date. Nobody knew this was going on until later on in the day, when it was just coming. Everybody was just like, what? Everybody was instantly turned off. I was kind of hoping that he would go home right then and there. Like, he would just tuck tail and run. Child. But anyway, we'll get into that later on. But I'm so sick and tired of him. I can't. Like I told y'all before, that there was someone who I saw their connection and I felt like it was awesome. And that was Sabrina and Walter. They sat down and they got to know one another. Like, first of all, off rip, they had an amazing connection when they first arrived at the mansion, the house, I don't know if that's a mansion or whatever. I don't know, that humongous house. And he said that, she gave him this amazing energy, so he was giving it back. And I was like, oh, okay then. They are two nice looking people. So, they already make a cute couple as it is, so I'm here for it. But after that moment happened, later on they linked up again and they were talking, and she was actually comfortable telling him about how she has a sick parent. I think she said that her father is sick and her mama takes care of him, and she basically takes care of her parents, and it's just a lot on her to have to deal with that. You working full time, you're trying to take care of yourself and do what you're supposed to do for yourself. Then you got to take care of your parents, and it's just a lot. Like, it's just too much going on. And so he can really sympathize with her because he actually has had a parent to pass away. and it was a lot on him. He had the same situation that he was going through. He was working and then coming and taking care of them, and they ended up passing away. So um, I'm glad that she was able to use him as, a support system of sorts, even though he was someone who she does not know yet. But for him to have gone through the similar emotions that she's experiencing, she understands that she's not alone in this and that other people have experienced it and they really can understand where you're coming from. So it's rare when you can actually find somebody that, first of all, they living for you. Oh, rip, just, oh, we made eye contact. Oh, you fine. Hey, I'm fine. Oh, okay. But to then talk to you and they feel as though you have substance, and then what y'all are relating to, you've been through it, even though it's a deep, emotional, really, really personal connection. It's a completely different thing. And I really, really do love how their connection has been consistent this entire time. And this is just the first real episode to me. So hopefully it'll continue to blossom. And like I said before, if I'm not mistaken, Walter is the one who, he actually has been married before, but with this, he had a wife and they were trying to have kids and went in, and I think that she had something that was like the size of a grapefruit on her ovaries, and they performed surgery, and a week later she passed away. So yeah, it's a really, really sad situation. And so he knows what it's like to love someone and not feel like I gotta go out there and be out in these streets. He loved the situation that he was in. From the way he was talking about the wife, it seems as though he was very, very happy. He was very fulfilled within his relationship. He didn't feel the need to roam and cheat and all this other stuff. So he's looking for something similar, and he's actually dated seriously since her death. So yeah, that's where the connection is, y'all. Because to me, when he said that his wife passed away, I thought about Joel, but I was like, please, Lord, don't let it be like it was last season, because y'all know how that ended. So we see Camille and Cornelius mixing and mingling. They're getting to know one another. And, just to remind y'all, Camille is the educator and Cornelius is the electrical engineer. Y'all, anytime somebody say anything about engineer, I just automatically think math, and I'm terrible at math. I loved everything in school but math. So it's hilarious that she brought up, oh, you must have been good in math. Oh my gosh, I cannot, I hate math. If it was not for the teachers that I had when I was at Alabama State University, I'm telling y'all, I don't know how I got an A in that class. I hate math with a passion. Now, I'm the type of person that I want to understand so that I can get the amazing grades, because if I'm making all A's or mostly A's, then I'm just like, I don't want no C or no type of a D to come into play, because I hate math. And like math, it's like I go dyslexic in a sense when math is involved. I can't. It's like automatically. It's just like some just feel like it's on my chest. It just feel like a heavy weight. It's like I start sweating. I cannot stand math. Lord, I can't. I cannot do it. Well, I can't say I can't do it because I've done it, obviously, but I'm just saying, like, I can't, Like, I have relatives who they live for math, and I'm just like, why? And it's crazy because since she's the teacher or whatever, and she was like the complete opposite of him, everything she said is exactly how I am. Like, I'm into the arts of it all. Like, I was into poetry really heavy when I was younger, definitely into art, done exceptionally well as far as art is concerned. I actually thought that I was going to be an art teacher at some point in time. I really did. Like, when I was growing up, I was like, oh, I'm going to be an art teacher. I'm going to be an art instructor. And then I was like, nah, I'm amazingly well. I'm very, very gifted with doing hair. And then I was just like, whoo, child, my knees and my back. woo, child, my knees and my back. Because like people used to always see like when I went to Alabama State, whenever I would do bob braids, micro braids, any type of braids, any type of twists, stuff like that, people would swear that I went to African women to get my hair done. And if you don't understand the correlation, let me help to break that down for you. If anybody back home would ask you, where did you go? Did you go to the Africans over here or whatever, whatever? That means that those people got every single last one of the hairs on your head into the weave to do what needed to be done. Because at this point, you ain't got nothing left out. Because it'd be so right and so tight, and they'd be doing the most. Oh, and I used to do yarn braids, y'all. Yarn braids used to be my thing. Like people thought that I locked my hair up whenever I would do yarn braids. I love yarn braids. They're just overly time consuming. And I used to catch spasms in my back. And if you've never had a spasm right here, see, that's why I'm trying to tell y'all, like, I can't, like, after I got a little bit older, even though I was in my early 20s, child, I was just like, nah, I can't do it. That's never gonna be, I can't be a cosmetologist because I can't. Like, on my own head, I'm catching like, I have a whole knot right here from twisting and braiding and maneuvering hair a certain way. I can't do it. And then me stretching over my own head, I'm catching spasms in my back hurting. I gotta take a break. Like, no, I ain't here for it. I ain't here for it. Arthritis trying to take me out, even though that's gonna be all the way over with. Once I get all the way back alkaline, like I'm, in the process of doing, I love it. It is amazing, y'all. Alkaline, the alkaline lifestyle. Get into that. Once I'm all the way back alkaline, I will be putting up a video letting y'all know what I've done because y'all are going to see a drastic difference. I want to do it slow, but it's going to be effective and it's going to be well suited for me because last year when I did it, I had knees like Megan and I ain't got no cartilage in my knees, y'all. No ligament. I mean, my ligament, I tore a ligament in my knee. I ain't got no cartilage in my knees anymore. It's just bone on bone. And I could squat if I wanted to. I could raise back up without it seeming like it's a drizzle and get right on up. Like, I was very, very shocked that I was pretty much old me. Like, I could move. I could do whatever I wanted to do. I had no pain. Like, all of that. But I digress. So, yeah, y'all, when she was talking about the artistic side of it, that's just all me. That's how I do. But she doing too much trying to say, oh, this is my boyfriend. Girl, you doing too much already. No. So the guy named, let me go to his, now I want to make sure I get it correct, Lamont. Lamont, he's like into poetry and all this other stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. But on here, the way that his delivery is when he's trying to incorporate it, it's just not. It's not giving what it's supposed to give. And no. I feel like he is going to be one of those people who's going to be leaving very, very soon unless he puts that on the back burner, because that is something that will kind of scare somebody away. It's going to scare people away. I mean, it's cool and all, like I said, but no. I don't think nobody here for it. I really don't. And I'm here. I understand I understand everything he's saying, but I don't think nobody here for that. I don't know if it's aggressive enough. I don't feel like he is aggressive enough. But yeah, no. So Walter actually opened up. Wait a minute, was that Walter? Not Walter. Was it Walter? Walter opened up to the woman who I told y'all she's gonna be considered to be the biggest woman on this show. I'm gonna get her name. Like, I don't know how to pronounce it. Tisia. Tisha? I don't know. Tisia. He opened up to her and Let her know that he really is ready to love because he has been there. He has experienced it. It was amazing. So he knows that it's possible. And he actually has dated since the death of his wife. So yeah, I like how she was very serious about it. And she seemed like she was very interested in getting to know him, because when she was trying to talk to Carrington earlier, and he was not here for the conversation because she pretty much needs to know, like, you're done with those running the streets type of things. Like, she needs to know these people are serious, and I get that, but yeah, the people was not here for it. They was not here for it at all. Well, he wasn't. But he had a decent conversation with her, but like I said, he's really feeling I don't want to say her name incorrectly. Yeah, I'm gonna get everybody's name eventually. Sabrina. I knew it started with an S. I just didn't want to say it incorrectly. But yeah, he's really bonding with her, and now I'm at the part where she actually started crying and everything, because it's very touchy subject. Like, that is your parent. Like, apparently she has a great relationship with them, so for this to be what their new normal is, it's really sad. So I get it. Child, and like I told y'all earlier, Corey kept rolling up to random women, and Sabrina was one of them. And Phil, who I think is like the oldest man on here, who ain't have nothing relating to, at least on the site, what his height was and what he does for a living. Wait a minute, I think this just showed what it was, unless they just left it out again. I'm telling y'all, I want to know what it is, because it's weird. Oh, it says entrepreneur. That's why. Okay. Anyway. So with this particular situation, I was just like, you know what? Like, if I wasn't done before, I'm definitely done. He decided that he was like, oh, well, let me talk to her for a second. Like, can I borrow her? I don't need to talk to her for like 45 seconds. And so he looking like, okay. Like, he literally like stepped like a step or two away within earshot. Like, I'm just like, he can hear you. He over here trying to set up a date, and she was like, yeah, I don't know you like that. Like, I haven't had a conversation with you to know whether or not I would want to even give you my number so that we could go out. Like, it was just like, it's like, sir, you're not even making a conscious effort to be like, okay, hi, my name is Corey. How are you? Like, nothing. So what do you do for a living? Like, the normal icebreakers. He ain't even doing that. He just basically like, hey, so my name is Corey. I was wondering if we can go out on a date. You got a number? Where your phone at? Like, no. Child, please. Y'all, he got on my nerves so bad. Like, I somewhat feel like we were trolled, because to me, that was the majority of what happened this entire time, and I was just not here for him. I was just like, somebody please send him home now. But anyway, later on, there were a group of ladies and some guys, well, I think it was mainly ladies, that were congregated, and he was trying to do what he was doing, and people started realizing, oh, you sat up here and created a date with all these people. Okay, you're doing too much. I still don't know about the young lady who has the blonde wig on, who is the salon owner. Is her name Aisha or Asia? I don't know how, because like I told you, I know people whose names are both of those and they spell it just like this. So hopefully at some point I'll get it. But yeah, I'm still not sure about her. I don't know if it's just the way that she's been talking to people. It's not really registering to me. And I mean, I get that she's being herself. There are some people that like her accent, so that's helping her. So yeah. I mean, it's very obvious that the woman who is considered to be like the thickest woman in the house is here for Walter. And like we already said before, Sabrina. He and Sabrina have an amazing connection. Pretty sure that's his number one. Zadia is trying to talk to the other person that's in the house. I think he is an actual he is supposed to be something too. I think he is the same thing that she is. Oh no, Department of Defense. If that's the same person. But yeah, y'all, I'm just like, child, it's just too much going on. And not enough going on at the same time. Like, I don't know, like I'm trying to, it's like I'm desperately trying to find something to just be like, oh my gosh. But the bulk of what happened was Corey doing the absolute most. So yeah, everybody, and I'm just like, why? Why are we seeing everybody mixing and mingling all night? I don't know, y'all. I'm just not here for it. So anyway, Tommy ended up. It's towards the end of the night now. Tommy has had his one-on-ones and all that with the guys, and then with the ladies, and trying to see who everybody feeling. So I was just like, child, this is finna go left. I'm just tired. Like, it's to the point where even when he sat down and was talking with Corey, Tommy was just like, look, you can't do this. You can't take them all out. Like, come on now. But I can't. He need to go. But anyway, now they are at the moment where they are going to send somebody home. And actually, 2 people are going to be going home. 2 people are going home. And one of the people who went home, surprisingly enough, it was not Corey, and I'm tired. Yeah, let me get the names. So as far as the men were concerned, the bottom 2 were Corey and Lamont. Unfortunately, both of them couldn't go home at the same time. So they ended up saying pretty much that Lamont was worse than Corey. Yeah. Both of them should have went home. I'm just saying. They should have just said, we just gonna get a big street sweeper and sweep all y'all up out of here at this point. So they ended up having 2 ladies in the bottom, and the ladies are, because I don't want to mess their names up. The ladies were, Taisha, or however her name, like Taisha. Tisia, who was the thickest woman up in there, and Libba, who was the woman who to me, at certain angles, she looks like Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child. So ultimately, they ended up sending Libba home. And the whole thing did not sit well with Taisha, however she pronounced her name, because she just felt like, okay, wait a minute, I have like 5 different men's numbers in my phone. Like, a lot of the guys here were feeling me. And keep in mind, it's 10 women and 10 men, if I'm not mistaken. So she's like, okay, I don't understand, because like, are they telling me something else and then doing something else? Like, because it ain't adding up. So she is obviously upset. But it is what it is. She gonna live to fight another day unless she decide to leave. But Libba was, at first she was kind of taken aback, but she was like, the guys made the right decision. My forever is not here. It is what it is. So I'm glad that she accepted it and moved on. But yeah, this was a pretty dry episode. I feel like it took everything in me not to fall asleep while doing the first and this second recap review for this show. So hopefully some spice will come next week. Anyway, y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all later. Bye.